Hi Ashmita, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm really
This is
glad we
our
could connect this
first
today.
interaction, like face to face.
Yeah, this totally new era. So as I always do at the starting, I request the guest to introduce yourself so that people can know something about you.
Okay. So, it's so weird that since I've come into this line, anywhere and everywhere, we are supposed to give an intro, you know,
Right,
name, age, height, profile, and all of that. And there are
right.
some places where, like, okay, tell me something about yourself. And I'm
Okay,
like, so like 10 years back, I'm like, I'm still figuring out. I don't know what to really say about myself. Now it's just like, okay, I am an artist. I am a person who really lives in the moment. I don't really plan too much, but I have very small, few, and meaningful goals for myself, which I don't really share as much. Even when they
okay,
happen, I don't really share as much. I just share it with my
right,
really close people.
right.
And I think I'm an explorer while not always going to that certain place, but just even experiencing it through somebody, you
Hmm.
know, like
Right,
like
okay,
like a lot of people have traveled a lot and done so many things, and it's great
right.
that they've done that
Yes,
and experienced that themselves. I have also in my own way, but not in comparison to them. So what is really meaningful to me is that there is somebody who has done all these experiences, who's had these experiences, and they've come and share that with me. And
hmm,
I'm like, okay, I see it through your eyes. It's great that I can experience the same skydiving with 10 different ways of it. Of course, when I'm going to do it, it's going to be really different. But still,
right.
I am that way a time traveler. So yeah, that's about it.
So taking ahead the series, like it's all about the business diaries, and today we are going to talk about various business perspective and help various new booming actors and actresses to start their career. So basically, I'll ask you one question: that how do you define a business, and how do you incorporate that in your profession?
Well, a business is a transaction between two people or two companies, and you are giving services in return of money.
Right,
So the factor of money is your main currency here, like whatever it is, the rupees or dollars or whatever, that is what it is in a
right,
business. Even if it
yes,
is like a barter system, but then there has to be some commodity which has to be given from the other side.
yes.
So
Basically, an exchange.
yes. And how it incorporated in this, like this is a business, for
Right,
one thing which I have learned in so many years is that we should not look at it as a personal achievement sort of
hmm.
thing or to really develop ourselves as much as what we need to see it as a business. There is a
Okay,
theater business, the television business, there is a movie business, there is now a web series, uh,
right,
business. So it is
hmm.
all about business in this world. And, we give services as artists and we
Right,
get whatever money according to the production, according to the budget of the production of
hmm.
the project, so
Right.
all those factors are there in this business.
Okay, okay. So how you basically started your career?
Okay, so I started with theater, and I was doing college when I started doing theater also.
Okay,
And my first play I performed at Prithvi. It was called Hey Bhagwan, and it was a satirical comedy about how तो क्या होता है कि हमारे प्रभु भगवान विष्णु भगवान का बड़ा सा मंदिर होता है और वहां पर सब पूजा करने जाते हैं और उनका नॉर्मल रूटीन है ये that they go and they do
right.
this. That particular day विष्णु भगवान जीवित हो जाते हैं और बाहर
अच्छा,
निकलते हैं, बोलते
okay,
ये क्या है, मतलब मुझे ये खाना नहीं चाहिए, तुम दूसरे गरीबों को दो, ऐसे सब चीजें जो तुम करते हो, तुम्हारे दिल में जो
right.
खोट है मुझे पता है, जो तुम आकर all of those kind of things, like basically an oh my god version of it
Okay,
had
a play,
happened.
right.
Yeah. So that was my first job, and I still remember we had to be a part of that group for a couple of months, say 6 months, 7 months, for us to get paid for a particular show.
Hmm.
And my first earning from acting was 100 rupees. for one, like
So
for
sweet.
each book, we would get 100 rupees after 6 months, and
Okay.
so on and so forth. Like अभी और एक साल हो जाएगा तो आपको 150 रुपए मिलेगा, that way. So that
Acha.
was my first sort of earning from the acting career.
So, Ashmita, as you belong to, like, you belong from Bombay, and you have seen industries from starting, from your like base. You actually know the scenario, what the really industry means and what it is. So, have you noticed some difference before joining the industry and after joining the industry in your profession?
Yeah. While I'm in the industry also, as I said, in the last decade, there's been so much of change.
Yes.
It's become more professional, and people are now more available. There are more opportunities. There is more awareness about
Right.
this, craft and art and the skills which we have to develop. And there are so many
Okay.
people who are
Yes.
doing so much from old techniques. They are sometimes building new ones, because it's such a
Hmm.
personal process for everyone that
Right.
it has really changed from then to now. Then I will say also one big factor which I've sort of noticed is that it was very male dominated back then,
Okay.
even
Right.
in way of crew, not only
Okay.
as the artist, because heroine
Hmm.
होती थी और supporting actor थोड़ा बहुत होता था, but
Right.
characters जो अब actual जो I feel they're the real actors, they are the ones who get the link
Yes.
and वो कड़ी जोड़ते हैं हर फिल्म की
Actually,
or
right.
her
True.
project ki, so they were never really given as much of importance. Now again, now we have all those people that who revisit those times, and they value them and all of that, but tab nahi
Agree.
hota tha itna, and it was very male dominated. That's what I remember.
Okay, okay. So basically, yeah, along the time as we moved with the time, you have seen increase in opportunity. Yes,
Opportunity, the outlook of people towards
hmm.
newcomers has also become very
Changed.
positive.
Yes.
Pehle nahi hota tha. Pehle it was like, no,
Okay, they were not open.
no, they weren't.
Yeah, but now they are. You have seen a lot of like
Now they
openness
are. And
and welcoming nature, basically.
yeah, sort of. Not everyone again, but yes, a lot
Yes.
of them.
Yeah, yeah. So it does matter because
Because
basically
we
industry is
have
huge.
we have casting companies now. There
Okay.
wasn't really all of that then. It was
Hmm.
production house casting karta tha, and
Right.
they would only choose whichever actor, या तो director, or that kind of like personal relationship पे ज़्यादा चीजें होती थी. Ab,
Okay.
you don't need to really know that person personally at all. You
Okay.
just hire a good like Casting Bay. It's one of the biggest
Right.
casting companies, and they are so authentic, and they're really good with whatever
They work.
work doing for so many years. So they've got really good talent from
Hmm.
all over the world.
Okay.
So yeah,
So basically now production house matches with the casting companies
yeah,
for
yeah.
their roles.
Yeah, production house,
So
be it anything,
yes.
be it an advertisement also, or they have to contact a casting company or a casting person. Not
Okay.
every person, like not everybody has a casting company. There could be like, पहले coordinator होता था,
Okay.
अब casting companies है. So it is very
Right.
good because it's professional. Because coordinators were
Hmm.
single people who were mediators who would really adulterate the process. You know,
Okay.
uh,
Right.
if if they saw something where, okay, you're new, you don't know this, so instead of informing you about it, there were
Okay.
chances of you getting exploited by them.
Right.
That was rampant back then. So you had to be
Okay.
very like clear ki nahi, you will not be working with this coordinator, you will be working
All
with
right.
this coordinator. That
Mm-hmm.
kind of filtering you would have to do by yourself.
Okay.
मतलब of course, you come into the industry, just the way they talk to you, just the way the calling to coffee shops or something, because office तो होते नहीं थे तब उनके पास
Exactly.
भी. So,
Right.
and there weren't so much happening on phone also. Like right now, it's all technology
Hmm.
stuff. That time
Yes.
it was like
Yes.
portfolio, अपनी photos छोड़ दो या अपनी photos दिखा
Right.
दो. अच्छा
Hmm.
आप क्या काम करना चाहते हो? मैं ये कर सकता हूँ, मैं वो कर सकता हूँ, मेरा ये contact है. I'm like, राम राम.
Yeah. Now all has changed.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very
Yeah.
glad about it.
So like now even the technology has been incorporated in all these works. I guess
Yeah.
in this time of lockdown, you might have experienced more boom in technology in your field.
Yes, yes, it's all technology. So much so that I think in the like the first month only of the lockdown,
Mm-hmm.
there were people who were like, okay, do you live in Bombay? I'm like, yeah. Okay, so
Sure.
would you be interested to shoot? I'm like, yeah, okay. He's like, but do you have any person around your area or in your building or as a friend who can come and
Hmm.
shoot? I'm like, that is not going to happen. You know, so people who probably are living alone, probably who are living with cinematographers or with people who have that kind of knowledge of technology who can shoot them and all
Right.
that. So they are also getting, it's again, काम नहीं रुका है. Lockdown, maybe the work is happening. Though it's happening, now
Okay.
you must see a lot of ads. They
Right.
have सब अलग अलग घर के ही है, but एक अच्छी क्वालिटी का आप प्रोडक्ट दिखता है because of course
Right.
again they would need an iPhone and they would need the kind of, so I have a Note 9 which is
Mm-hmm.
also I think good quality, but one person
Yes.
like they need an iPhone. I'm like, okay, so not happening.
Sorry, not possible. Yeah. So yeah, so coming back to the business part and business perspective, so I wanted to ask you about the one thing that what are various income sources for an actor, basically in your profession? What are the basic income sources you expect or you experience?
Okay, so everyone is equipped with a certain skill set,
Right.
okay, with every actor.
True.
So, of course, acting is one thing, but at the same
Yes.
time, you can be a voiceover artist, you can be a dubbing
Okay.
artist if you are good with your voice modulation, and
Okay.
yeah, you can definitely do that. Then, of course, anchoring is there, hosting is there,
Right.
then dance is there. You can, if you have
Yes.
interest in dancing, you
Mm-hmm.
can be like, you can get in that field of being a dancer or an athlete, whatever is your
Okay.
forte, you
Hmm.
have a skill set. Everyone has a skill set. And
Right.
if you really don't, like if you are just like a Joey who doesn't have much of the skill set, then just stick to what you do. I mean, there's always gonna be some or the other work for you out there if you just go
Yeah.
look for it. So
Okay. So basically, do actors and actresses focus on side hustles?
yes, yes, a lot of them. Most of the people who I know, they either have their own businesses on the side or they have
Okay.
invested a certain amount in a certain restaurant or in a
Hmm.
certain cafe or
Mm-hmm.
they have to have like a side hustle on the side because of the unpredictability of
Right.
this line and everything is so frivolous. आज ये show है, कल नहीं है. You don't
Okay.
know. You know.
Right.
So the channel has like the power to pull the plug on a show whenever they feel like it's right.
Okay.
So you cannot totally be dependent on it. So most of them have side hustles.
So coming back to the business and business perspective, I would like to ask you one thing: that how basically actors and actresses decide on their paycheck, like on what various factors you take that, so that this question can help various new budding and new talented people to decide then how they can move ahead with their pay.
Okay, so it firstly depends on the project and the production house you're working.
Okay.
Then your experience. And
Okay.
then what here is a big thing which is like a twist. What you believe you are worth.
Okay. Your self worth.
Because- Yes, that is very important because many actors are also sort of underrated in many ways and they would do the same job in a much lesser amount because it is the need of the hour for a lot of them. And I understand the
Right.
desperation of work. I've been there too. So I understand
Right.
that too. But somewhere you do need to cut it. And especially if you've had a certain number of years in this industry
Hmm.
and certain experience in this industry, you have to stand
Okay.
up for yourself, think nothing doing nothing less than this much amount of whatever it is in that way.
Hmm.
You like I started with the basic of say 2.5 grands a day.
Okay.
that much also. And then it sort of went more and more as the thing. Then I
Yes.
also did I did a body double thing and all for an ad. So there it was say some 10-12K a day. I'm playing a body
Okay.
double. Why?
Yeah.
Because it is an ad with Shah Rukh Khan and Chitrangada Singh.
Okay.
So it's the production house and the project which really
Right.
matters. Sometimes you can
Okay.
get the best of part, and people like the director is also known, but he doesn't have the money to give you. What, you're not going to do it?
Hmm.
You still maybe do it because you are so invested in it, because you know
Hmm.
this is an opportunity for a lifetime. I'm like, ठीक है यार,
Right.
I've done stuff in free also, but
Hmm.
again, not for everyone, and you cannot keep
Yes.
doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Obviously, yes.
that is also something which you need to understand. कि creative process ठीक है, but you know that you are going. This is your livelihood. And
Hmm.
you are disrespecting yourself if you are not taking money for it.
Right.
So that is also
Yes. Yeah. 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 So, if you want to give some tips to some people who are really starting out, so what the tip would be for them?
okay. One tip which I wish I had given it to myself was is that don't take anything personal. It's
Okay.
business, you know,
Okay.
because it is such a business which has so much of the personal factors in every individual, fit, not
Mm-hmm.
fit, good, not good, those kind of things. People take it very personally, and
Hmm.
that breaks a person. And
Okay.
you don't see the potential you have because there is somebody who saw you not fit for something,
Hmm.
or because you didn't get a part, or because somebody else is getting that part, or living the dreams you had, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot take this personally. It is a
Okay.
business at the end of the day,
Right.
and see, I have made my peace with this, that okay, I'm not putting myself as much out there.
Hmm.
तो जो दिखता है वो बिकता है, मेरे साथ इतना नहीं होगा, because if I put myself like crazy out there,
Right.
and do anything of that sort, I may have a different career altogether. But
True.
this is my choice. So you first of all don't take anything personally, because it's a business. They're also
Yes.
humans at the end of the day. They are looking for a character in you.
Right.
And if it doesn't happen, that doesn't mean that you're not a good actor or you're not good enough. And another
Hmm.
thing is that we all are artists in some way or the other.
Yes.
So ये जो है
True.
ना कि I'm a bad actor or whatever.
Hmm.
Okay, you're a bad actor, fine, but you are an actor. Don't forget
Yes.
that. Don't
Yeah.
forget that. And then keep working,
There is
because
always a
there's so
scope
much.
of improvement.
Yeah, and then there's so much of information on the different kind of techniques, and you can make your own skill set. And there are so many mediums now where you can put it out there. So explore, because that is what an artist is, right? You explore,
Yes.
attach yourself personally to the work you are doing, but not
Right.
to the outcome of it,
Hmm.
not to uh, how it's going to take you ahead in your career. You are invested
Yes.
only in that make believe world or make believe
Hmm.
character. Put everything
Okay.
personally, whatever you want there, but not with
Hmm.
the person in, like, if you're having a meeting with a certain producer or a casting
Hmm.
person. And okay, some,
Okay.
like this whole casting couch thing also. Someone tells you, someone hints at you, like, why am I not that talented enough that this person is telling me to do this? It's
Okay.
got to do nothing with your talent. It's got to do nothing with you. It's just got to do with that person.
True.
That person saw you as a vulnerable target,
Hmm.
and he tried or she tried.
Okay.
Now your job is to not break and not take this personally, and put it very clear that okay, I will do it or I will not do it. Simple.
Sure. Yeah. True. I wanted to ask
Okay.
you one question that for all the new buds, if they want to decide on their targets, like basically they should focus on these target in this much span of time. So what kind of targets do you suggest that they should have while they're starting
Uh,
out?
it can be different in different ways. Like if you're keeping a monetary target that I should be earning this much, again, it has to
Hmm.
be realistic for you, you know, because the universe is so beautiful. It will send you the money from somewhere else, maybe not from your acting profession, but from somewhere else, but it will send it to you if you have a
Okay.
certain target. And
Hmm.
if you believe in that target, if you've not just
Okay.
हवे में बोल दिया है, तो
Right.
नहीं होएगा. If you really believe in that target and if you are
सही बात
following
है.
it, then
Yes.
it's happen. So target monetary wise, if you want, you can keep it that like every month you would want to be earning this much from your acting
Hmm.
profession.
Yes.
Then target where like you put down the name of directors you want to work with, and then target to sort of reach them
Okay. Okay.
effectively. You can. There are so many people, like so many production houses who keep having the rounds of introductions. So एक बार नहीं हुआ कोई बात नहीं, अब दूसरी बार जाओ, तीसरी बार जाओ, कुछ ना कुछ निकलेगा. If nothing
Hmm.
else, they will see you coming in consistently, and in those 1,000 faces, you will become a regular face.
Hmm.
So they
Right.
will pick you up for something or the other. That kind of
Okay.
target. Then target again skill set if you want to learn something like say voice modulation. So like okay, this month I will build 3 characters with
Hmm.
different voice, voice modulation के ऊपर
Right.
अलग-अलग characters I can build. Then body language. Okay, this month I will build 2 characters with different body languages. That way. And
Okay.
then you combine all of them. Okay, this body language,
Yeah. Yeah.
this body language. So you
Combining
experiment.
various skill sets.
Yeah, there's so much. And this is just about the acting part. उसमें फिर आपका, learning maybe a new instrument, then dancing, maybe some new movements. And we, as an actor or as an artist, generally as a person also, we all need a certain, like say half an hour to 1 hour of exercise,
Hmm.
that way. So I will suggest that उस आधे एक घंटे में at least 10 to 15 minutes, just put on the music, whatever music you like, whatever you feel, and let your body go, let it move, because that is like the best thing ever for you mentally, physically, emotionally.
Hmm.
Sort
Okay.
of allow your body to move because there's so much of life in it, so don't like just pull yourself down and to be ज़्यादा serious भी नहीं अच्छी बात है. So yeah, that. And
Yeah.
then what are the targets? Yeah, like project wise, okay, you want to be a part of this show, you write that down. I want to be a part of this show. Then you even put this down that okay, I want to play a character like this or something like that. The more you write, the more you visualize, the more you
Hmm.
see it, the faster it'll happen and more effectively that'll happen.
Okay.